Now we will discuss the plasma drug concentration versus time profile of immediate release formulation, sustained release formulation and zero ordered release formulation, that is controlled release formulation. Now these release formulations will be like this. If we increase, this is plasma drug concentration and it is the minimum effective concentration, it is the maximum safe concentration. Now, if I consider the immediate release formulation, then effect is going down after a shorter duration. But I am considering the sustained release formulation, then effect is prolonged for a longer duration, as the plasma drug concentration level in the therapeutic region is for the higher duration, from this duration to this duration. And in case of controlled release formulation, if I say these controlled release formulations maintains the constant concentration of the drug inside the blood, then obviously they are much better and the therapeutic effect obtained will be uniform and for a longer duration, and same therapeutic effect will be achieved, as the plasma, there is no fluctuation in the plasma drug concentration. So these formulations means, if I will say from immediate, sustained will be better to have the prolonged and longer effects, and from if I compare the controlled release and sustained release formulation, then controlled release formulation will be able to maintain the constant concentration of the blood as well as constant therapeutic effect inside the body to relieve the pain and suffering. Now we will discuss the various advantages of the controlled drug delivery systems, or we can say what are the different merits of these controlled drug delivery systems. Now, first of all, if I say these controlled drug delivery systems have the basic merit, that is, it avoids the patient's non-compliance. Means, in case of the immediate release formulations, as the patient has to take the dosage form repetitively several times, but it avoids the non-compliance, as patient has to take once a day or twice a day, or we can say in 2 days the patient will take single dose, then obviously it will be more compliable and patient acceptability will be higher. So it avoids the non-compliance as associated with our immediate release formulation. Second thing, it employs less amount of the drug. So since the amount of the drug, as we have seen in the graph, that in case of the immediate release, if I am giving immediate release formulation to maintain the constant blood drug concentration, I have to give the different doses. Now, if it is a particular dose, now in order to achieve this therapeutic level, this amount of the dose will be in the subtherapeutic region and it will be of no use. Then only that portion that is reaching to the plasma in the therapeutic region will show the effect in case of the multiple dosing. So amount of the dose will be higher, but in case of the controlled drug delivery system, what is happening? I am giving a single dose and it is maintaining a constant concentration. Then obviously employment of the dose of the drug in case of the controlled drug delivery system will be lesser, and as the dose will be lesser, we will have the minimum side effect. Either it will have minimum, it will minimize the side effects, and these side effects could be systemic or they could be localized side effects. Now it will also reduce the, we can say, dose of the drug in chronic conditions. Means if we have considered the case of the arthritic individual and they have to take it aspirin has to be taken repetitively by them to relieve the pain, then if we make the controlled drug delivery system, then the exposure of the body to the aspirin will be lesser, as the lesser dose of the drug will be given, and there will be the, in chronic conditions, we will be having the lesser exposure and then lesser probability to have the side effects of the aspirin associated with it. Now, it also improves the efficiency of treatment. It improves the efficiency of treatment. How it will be able to improve the efficiency of system? It controls the rate of release and cures the disease promptly, as it is able to maintain the constant level of the drug inside the body. So obviously, if there is a constant level of the drug inside the body in the plasma, then what will be there? There will be a ready supply at a constant rate to the specific location or to the disease state condition of the tissue. Then there will be a prompt cure of the disease or the disorder. It reduces the fluctuations, as in case of the multiple dosing, if we miss the dose, there were the number of the peaks and valleys were higher, so it reduces the fluctuation. As it reduces the fluctuation, then exposure of the body to the lesser amount of the drug will be there. If lesser amount, lesser side effects. Improvement in the treatment will be achieved in a lesser dose. So, as it maintains the constant rate of drug delivery, it will reduces the fluctuations of the dose, as well as if we are willing to monitor the specific effects. For example, if I take the case of the arthritic patient, now in case of the arthritic patient, if the dose of the drug is taken at the morning or in the daytime or in the evening, as we are taking in the immediate release formulation, then effect will be lost after 4 to 6 hours, and if they have taken a dose in the evening or in the night at 8 or 9 o'clock, then they will lose the effect of the drug in the morning. After 3 o'clock they may have again the pain. So in order to reduce the sufferings in the morning time, for example in an arthritic patient, we need to have these kind of the dosage form, and these dosage form will have the prompt effects and will have the relief to that of the patient for a longer duration, and they will be more effective also in reducing the pain, as they are prolonging the release of the drug and maintaining the constant concentration of the drug inside the body. Next thing comes, that is the economy. They are more economical. How they are more economical? As we are saying, dose of the drug is reducing. Since the dose is lesser is the dose, then obviously cost of the product will be less, and there will be the least cost of the product. Then obviously manufacturer will charge for the lesser. They may be costly from an immediate dosage form, single immediate dosage form, but if we consider the cost of therapy, means if manufacturing of the 4 tablet cost 4 rupees and single tablet of this sustained release or controlled release formulation cost 3 rupees, then person has to take 4 tablets per day, then it costs 4 rupees, and the person has to take this formulation once a day, then it costs 3 rupees. Then obviously it will be more economical for the patient, and it will be providing the least side effects, and as it is minimizing these effects by maintaining the constant concentration of the drug in the blood. Now these are the main merits of the controlled drug delivery systems, but the demerits associated with controlled drug delivery system are the dose dumping, failure of the maintenance of the controlled dose. For example, in case of the dose dumping, what happens if the person has taken the drug and there is a burst release, there is a failure of the dosage, then whole of the dose will be released immediately, and compared to an immediate release formulation, these prolonged formulations, or we can say these extended release formulation or controlled release formulation contain slightly higher amount of the dose, because of which they may have the toxic effects. And so this is the main drawback associated with these drug delivery systems, which need to be considered before using this.